What's up, you guys? Just hopping on. Thought I'd say hello. Working on some songs, and I felt a little inspired, so here we are. It's a decent sound. It's not too bad. Just reinventing the wheel every time, you know how that goes. Let me get this angled down a little bit better. What? How do you do? We're close. There we go. All right, we're out here in the garage one more time. It's a little warmer than last time, but it's nice. It's like in the 70s. It was a rainy day today. Just gonna blast through some songs while I wait for people to come in. I'm gonna play stuff that we covered in the last stream. Freak Out, beginning with that. I think it's the most complete, so it could use some practice. The old metronome. Check this thing out, it's so cool. Showed this off in the last stream. This is a antique metronome that was given to me by my Aunt Pat shortly before she passed a couple years back, and it's really cool. It's a slide weight key wound mechanism. Came with this really cool cover, and I used the inside of it to keep track of some tempos. And we have Buried at Sea in there. I haven't showed you guys that one yet, but it's pretty sick. I hope you like it. So I'm just gonna float through this tune while we wait for the stream to build a little bit and I get a little warmed up. So. My coffee's working a little too good. Let's do it again from the top and keep it warm. 1, 2, 3, 4. bridge. No. Let's start at the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the solo is the hardest part. Should I go maybe pentatonic there? I don't know. Well, that's where Freakout's at right now. Throw a bend in there? I don't know. Still working on the solo on that one. Let's see. Last time we met, we also went through the bulk of a song called You. I think it's in the same tempo, so I'm going to keep the metronome set right there. And we'll go through that one a little bit too. One final sip of the coffee. All right, that's done. Hey, what's up, Isabel? Thanks for popping in. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm trying to do this just on the cheap. So I felt like writing tonight, so it's fun. Let's see. You. All right, are you ready? Wind up the metro a little bit more. Keep the dog fed, see? It's pretty slick. Yo, what's up, Frequency? Shout out. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you being here. I'm working on some punk rock. Just a lot of power chords, and I'm sliding them all over, and it's a lot of fun. So let me wind this thing up again. We're starting this one from the top. This one is called You, and it's all about pointing fingers and placing blame and people that just kind of aggravate me with that. Sign in from work. Oh, snap, dude. Thanks for making time, bro. That really means a lot. I lurk on YouTube basically all day at work, and I appreciate y'all doing the same. So this one is called You. I'm gonna be doing some gang vocals in this one too. So if anybody wants to volunteer, like over the phone or whatever, it's just cheap and dirty. It's gonna be real cool. So, all right, let's see. From the top. It's a fun one. You know, it's up tempo punk rock. It has this little surf thing going on in there too. It goes. Try it one more time from the top. That's why we're out here. We're writing, we're practicing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got in my head a little bit too much right there. So if I could flip the camera around, it's just my open garage. I'm out here with like my trash can and my art and my wife's triceratops over here. And so I wanted to kind of blast through those to get warmed up, maybe a little too warmed up. These are all songs that I started writing when I first picked up the guitar during the pandemic. So that's why there's a lot of just simple progressions and power chords and stuff. I know I play my power chords like offhanded, like with my pinky too, which is a little strange, but so beyond those two, I think we did a little bit of this one called Eastwood High last time we were on, and that one's my little ode to school shootings, and it's a very serious topic. It's something that, you know, I have two high school aged kids, and it's something that's on everybody's mind. I myself, I grew up in Coral Springs, Florida, which you guys might recognize from the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shootings. So that's always been a thing that weighs in my mind. And so this one is called Eastwood High, and it's like an old Western inspired song about being in high school, but used a lot of bends. I don't know how good it's going to come through. I normally play it on more of an acoustic setup, but Check this out. I dig it. That's just the nucleus of the song. There's some other parts, but they're not quite fleshed out. But I really like the hook. It's just Yo, what's up, Gears? Good to see you, man. Thanks for popping in, my guy. I really appreciate everybody being here and the love. Love seeing old friends like you, man. And I love seeing new friends like Frequency and all the homies from the I Choose Awesome campaign. Love you guys, man. I really feel the support. It's good to see you too, man. We have to catch up. So this is one of my Frankenstrats. I've taken to resurrecting like dime store guitars. This is a Slammer by Hammer. Hey, what's up? Thanks for popping in. And I basically, reworked the whole thing. I added a pickup here. You can hear the electric is not that great, but I do it all myself and I love it. So I didn't quite install this pickup true under the strings, so it's been kind of like gives up on the high E a little bit. You can hear the disparity a little bit, but I don't really use this for soloing or anything. I'm just out here. This is like my writing guitar. It's one of the most comfortable that I have. So that's Eastwood. I have another one that this is why I really kind of came out here. I've been writing this tune. I don't have a name just yet, but I'm digging it. Tentatively calling it Goliath, but I don't know if that's really going to stick. I was thinking about using that for a different tune. So it's also in that kind of spaghetti westerny vibe. Check it out. It goes. I should be playing on my Metro. What am I doing? Faster. Let's see. Maybe not quite that fast, but let's see. Oh, flashbacks, dude. Let's see. Gear says, giving me flashbacks to when my dad tried to resurrect an old Squire for me. Aw, I never saw him sweat so hard. That's so cute, dude. I love that so much. I had a Squire that I was working on. I played in my first stream out here. It's one that was gifted to me by my homie from Oddball Records, Brian. And it was a lefty, so I turned it into right-handed. And I messed with the electronics a little bit. And I had to drill out the nut a little bit to make the strings invert. And I love playing it. It's got like such like Kurt Cobain, Hendrix vibes. So I'll bring it out for the next live stream. I have it right now tuned down a whole step, like standard. So it's in what as Ben Eller calls it, sad but tuning. And I like it, but it just wasn't the vibe for these songs. My purpose with a lot of these songs was to try and write things in higher, like old school, like thrashy keys, like A and F. And yeah, that one, it was just not the beast. But I think I'm gonna bring it up to standard, and yeah, I will absolutely bust it out. Oh, it's good times. So I think this one, I'll let me see if I can get the metronome set just right. I'm using this jank old antique metronome. I've shown it a couple times already if you guys have already seen it, but it uses a weight and it's key driven like an old wind-up toy. And it really only works on a flat surface. I have this old organ bench right here, so let's see if we can get this to move. That's kind of the line. Again, these are all work in progress tunes. That's the line. I do it with a drone on the E string, so it more or less sounds like. I'm just not exactly sure how that's going to cut through. My sound kind of dirty too, so I'll play it with the drone and we'll see how that sounds. I'm going to leave the metronome off just because it's distracting me a little bit. Messed it up. Try it again. That's a fun one. Hey, thanks. Wow, thrice. That's a big compliment, dude. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. some 41 too. I mean, that's a lot of like a lot of where I'm at with these tunes is these are, you're just really getting the verse, chorus, you know, verse pre-chorus type of stuff where I'm building these songs from scratch, keeping my notes in my handy Trapper Keeper from the 90s. I got my tattoo stencils in here. Shh, that's a little top secret project for later. But this last one that we're running through, I guess I don't really have a title for that, but it reminds me of this little piece of show and tell I have right here. Have you guys ever seen one of these? Check this out. So I'm really digging what's inside here. Something that I've wanted for a very long time. You guys are gonna trip when you see this. It's so cool. Found this on Vinted, and oh, look at that! What is up? It's a legit fez with the black tassel. This really cool tassel holder right here. So we found this on Vinted. Totally goes with my beard too. Check it out. And a fez is something that I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for when it came to like campy detective stuff, or like, you know, even sci-fi and whatnot. And one of my big inspirations has been Brent Hines, the late great Brent Hines. And little did I know, in one of his side projects called Fiend Without a Face, the whole band wears fezzes, and he actually collected fezzes. Just discovered this like recently, and I'm so in love with the Fiend Without a Face music, and the artwork for their first album, Fiend 1, the image, if you search it up on YouTube, I'll post the link somewhere, it's fez. And I just totally dig it. And this riff reminds me a lot of the Fiend stuff. Yeah, so totally noir, dude. You hit it on the head. Like the it's got like a little bit of surf rock in it or something, so totally fun. I really dig it. It's prominently displayed up on top of my fridge. And what's funny is, like I was saying, I discovered, you know, reinvigorated my passion for getting one through the Fiend Without a Face project and Brent. And just shortly before I hopped on stream, I was saying to my wife, well, why do the Shriners wear fezzes, and like what is the significance of the scimitar and all that? I didn't really know. And this one says Yarab in these totally rhinestone and clustered letters, and this really ornate decoration here on the side, and the oversized tassel too. The tassel's huge. So we went and we did a quick Google search, and the name on the front is the designation of the lodge. And this word, Yarab, means of God. So Yah is of or pertaining to, and Rob or Arab is, I think, it's not exactly God, it's like the giver of life or something like that. So, and this particular lodge, the Yarab Shriners Lodge, is from Atlanta, Georgia. So recently I've made friends with Brent's old best friend Tom and a lot of the guys from the Atlanta music scene, and I've traveled down there and kind of hung out all around. And I'll be going down there more and more often as I get this project off the ground to try and get, try and be involved in a music scene. The music scene around here in Greenville is like this big, and it's shrinking every day. Uh, so I'm looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to rocking my Yerob Shriners fez down there, and very, very excited to have it. Very excited by the fact that it came with this leather carry case, protected case. It's got, this is a sticker not from this particular lodge, this is from another one in Richmond, Virginia, and I guess that's maybe where Bradley hails from. I'm not quite sure. Over here it says Waggle County. I don't have my glasses on, but super cool, very historical, a little stinky. See, it's got this support on the inside to keep the fez in shape, and it's just so cool. On top here it says John Bradley, so I'm definitely going to look into who he was. And when we end this live stream, I think I'm going to do a little photo shoot with this on. So the guys in Fiend Without a Face, they actually wear a stocking over their face with these things, and they have a red and black satin cape. Super cool. I love them. If you haven't heard them before, you got to check them out, dude. Let's see. Set this back in here. Interesting. This is a Shriner's outfit. Oh, there's a Shriner's outfit not far from my apartment. Madeira Shriners. Never knew that. Neither did I. I'm learning a lot about them. When we first moved here to Greenville, we were participating in this vendor market called the Punk Rock Flea Market. It turned out to be a bunch of stinks, but it was held in a Shriner's hall. So we were in the Shriner's hall quite a bit at that time. Ever since then, I've fallen in with a couple guys that are in the Masons, and I guess the Shriners are an offshoot of the Masons and whatever. But yeah, I'm not trying to sign up to be like a Shriner or nothing. I just like the fez. I like the aesthetic, and I think it's really cool. And it's definitely noir. I like that word, Gears. I like that a lot. So yeah, that tune is coming together, and maybe that's one I'll play with the fez adorned. Been down south a couple times for the summer. Went to Charleston, then to Augusta, Joe Fest. Oh yeah, sick. Lots of cool stuff down that way. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff down here. I mean, maybe not so much in Greenville, but in the surrounding areas. Asheville has a lot going on in the art and music scene. Charleston, of course. Atlanta is pretty close. And we're centrally located, but, we're not looking to be here forever. I would love to get my butt down to Atlanta for a year or two and get more involved with the scene there. So we'll see. We'll see where things go. It's nice that it's close enough that I can spend time there as it is. Ooh, it's great. This feels real good. So we went over so far Freak Out. We went over You. We did Eastwood High, and then this unnamed tune. So I mentioned Goliath. Let me show you what I have. The tune that I was thinking of using that name for 10:38. Yeah, it's getting a little late. I have the garage open, so I don't know how people are going to be dealing with the guitar playing for much longer. But let me run through this one. This is called Goliath. It's a little bit of a slowdown. I like this one a lot. This has a little bit more of what the Pixies would have called quiet, loud, quiet, or loud, quiet, loud. Check this out. humbucker is humming. Give it a little bit more gas. Okay, here we go. Blew it. Normally that would be the, oh, thanks, Winks, appreciate you. So it's kind of like a peaceful setting. And then the heavy part comes in, and that's normally where I would stomp my distortion to do the, sounds kind of like a beast rising up or you know, emerging from the woods or something. It goes like, let me take it from the top. I'm gonna try and dial in the metronome for this one because I feel myself swaying all over the place, and for me that works, but probably not for you guys out there. Yeah, maybe that's it. Okay, here we go from the top. kind of like the gist of that one. Uh, so again, these are like the meat and potatoes of these tunes. There's a lot of parts that overlay over these, and um, it's just like the most simplest version of the song that I could get down so far. But I have my trusty Trapper Keeper. I'm gonna make some notes while we discuss. Um, if you guys don't already follow me on Instagram and you're out there and you want to be more involved in this, it's going to be a little bit collaborative. I'm really looking for feedback. I'm trying to crowdsource some ideas here, and you know, I think for me, I've always worked like creatively and collaboratively with other artists and other musicians. I was in a thrash metal band for a number of years, and I'm kind of on this island up here in South Carolina all by myself. So I have jammed with a couple of guys that wanted to play like more doom stuff, which I'm not opposed to, but they were a little psycho and didn't really work out. There's another couple of guys that were interested in jamming, but I don't know if that's going to work out either. They seem a little bit wild, a little bit off the rails, so we'll have to see. I don't know. I do a lot of the other parts all by myself as well. I play lead, I play rhythm, I play bass. I've been playing bass for a number of years, so some of these songs, like the more punk ones that we played earlier, have a very simple rhythm guitar and a very windy, dancey bass line that goes along with them. And in a future stream, I'll bring the bass down and we'll do that as well, so you guys can get a feel for that. So let's see, we went over Freak Out, we went over You, we went over Eastwood, we went over, I'll say TBD, and then we went over Goliath. And that was a lot of fun. So Freak Out is probably like closest to being ready to record. I have, 2 rhythm guitar parts. I'm working on the solo at the moment, so it's a very simple solo. It's a punk rock song, so I am thinking of adding a harmony in there. So I have that one part where it kind of trounces on the verse riff where it climbs up the neck. I don't know, we'll see where that one goes. I have to figure out. I don't know, we'll have something there pretty soon. When I have it ready, I'll probably have a whole playing guitar is so not cool. Yeah, I know. It's like bass players for life, right? I guess, or drummers. I don't know if you're that special. I do the drums as well, but I program those. I use a DAW, a digital audio workstation called Reaper. It's out there on the web for free, and it's got some really great drum plugins. I don't use any presets. I kind of like graph paper them all and work them out that way. Yeah. Let's see. Do you think being a middle-aged punk rocker is cool? It's not. I guess not. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really trying to be cool. I'm just trying to write music. So maybe I'll leave the cool for other people, I don't know anybody else really into punk rock though, so I'm playing music for people my age, I would say anyway. Maybe people a little bit older. I definitely grew up in the thrash thing and in metal, and I would say that's probably even less cool. So Reaper's great. I use it for electric. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, everything is practice, man. Or you know, or she or them. I'm not sure. Lilac winks, but you know what? Like, I appreciate the love and I appreciate the words, and everything is a conversation. So the one thing that like I'm trying to do here, and I would encourage you to do, is just like take the baby steps. And you know what? We all suck. Like, the first time we do anything is not going to be great, and you have to get through that suck to like continue to grow and to be better. So I think like being here and being in this conversation is kind of step one, right? And maybe by seeing this or participating in a little bit, I can show you some of the tricks that I use in Reaper uh, in another stream. I have a setup up in my apartment that has my my computer and all that type of stuff. So if you're interested, let me know, and we can go over how to write drums and how to write hooks and stuff, and maybe let me in a little bit on what your influences are in the electronic scene, and what you're hoping to do. My son is 16, and he very much looks up to like dubstep artists and stuff like that. And I'm trying to encourage him to begin his own journey. And that's one of those things that you just have to accept and dive into, is the suck. So nobody's going to be good at first, and even just like acknowledging that you aren't happy with your skill level and you aren't happy with where you're at can be motivation to move forward and to practice, just like all of us out here. And that's why I'm out here like sharing this on YouTube, is I acknowledge that, I have a lot of room for improvement and growth. And this process pretty much holds me accountable to a certain degree. I love having the real time feedback, and I love bonding with my friends, and some old friends that are even popping in right now that I haven't spoken to in a long time. So it's a journey, and it's never going to be perfect. You'll always have something else to learn. So do it. I really encourage you to. Um, and the one thing I would say, I keep picking it up and putting it down, is document your journey. I'm a huge believer in journaling. I'm a big proponent of that, and I have my little notebook. I'm dating and just quickly jotting down what I did, what I accomplished. And one of the things that I do during that process when I'm journaling is I'll open the page and I write my information on this page, and I leave this side of each facing page blank. So 2 weeks from now, a month from now, or whatever, I can go back and read what I've written down, and I'll reflect on this facing page. So date it, and then you can reflect on that in a future entry, and you can see step over step the progress. That's something that's going to build in you the motivation to keep going and to keep trying, is to say like, well, look, back in July I was nowhere near where I am right now, and it's only just the beginning of August. So in September or October or January, you're really gonna be able to see that progress, and it's going to encourage you. And the one thing that I did to kind of make it fun was I got this 1990s Trapper Keeper. I found this in the bins at Goodwill, and listen. Dude, it's so iconic. It's like, I remember you'd get down to class and pop this thing open, and I have a pencil case in here, and have some stencils or whatever, and some stuff that I'm just like super dorky about. I made my own sticker. I have it here on the back. Some of you folks from Atlanta might recognize this, the old Dirty, tribute to Dirty B Hines. And that's the process, that's what we're going to be doing out here. Love post-hardcore, screamo, metal, all that stuff. Those nice riffs, but just annoying and tiring repeating chords and tabs, haha. Yeah, it is. It is true. You know, that's very tiresome. I remember uh, just earlier this year where I was taking the steps of moving past power chords and learning like bar chords and diminished chords and learning the stuff that makes music a little bit more interesting. And like what we're doing now, I'm using the simplest form because it's all about, at this moment, writing hooks and defining something as like, okay, this is a portion that I'm going to call a verse, and this is a portion that's going to be a chorus. Like in Freak Out, for instance, from the beginning of the stream, has this Testament inspired riff where they would play anyway, I simplified it for myself and I just used pretty much half of it, and I go back down to that G. And there's some tomfoolery in there too, where I slide a little bit on that last that E, that octave there. Sometimes I hang on it like it's dickish, but it pushes and pulls on the beat a little bit, and it's not the most complicated thing, but it creates something that defines that part. So what's fun about it is the song begins with the chorus. So it goes, freak out, freak out, freak out, the times now, freak out, freak out, freak out, the times now. That's actually the verse riff. And that's a little ode to Sick of It All. Rip Lou, Lou the singer from Sick of It All, passed away sadly from cancer about a week ago. So I'm at the point between beginner and amateur. I do bar chords, sliding hammer-ons, offs, but for sure tiring. Yeah. I don't write. I don't think I'm capable of it. Never been a writer. Well, O2 Sick of It All, is that a band? Sick of It All is the name of the band. I said Ode to. I probably, I mumble a little bit. So Sick of It All, yeah, they're a New York hardcore band. They've been around for about 30 years. So I'm dating myself, of course. One of the old dudes. But yeah, the singer and songwriters in that band are very unique, and the vocal parts that I'm going to be singing in this will have a lot of influence from that, and it's a little bit more suited to my more higher register and my nasally, projection. So I didn't think I was a writer either. I really didn't until the pandemic, when I decided I had some things to say. And I think that's why I'm encouraged to go down this path, is because I have a lot of very real thoughts in my mind that I have to get out, or I'm like totally gonna go crazy. So it's more out of necessity than desire. And Gen Z, 20 years old, and I'm terrible with names. Well, that comes in time. I was terrible with names until my 30s, and then I made it a game or a point to try and learn people's names. Like now I'm up here in a new state. We've been living in South Carolina for like 3 years, and I literally went around and introduced myself to my neighbors, and like coming here for me was about trying to find a community. And now that I'm branching out and beginning to lay down some seeds in Atlanta, I'm doing the same. And it's one of those things that you have to allocate some energy and some importance to make it work. But I mean, dude, you're in your 20s. You have so much ahead of you that uh, from bringing it up, it makes it sound to me like it's a goal, and I believe goals are extremely important. So if it is, then maybe we could be friends, and I can encourage you and support that. My name is Mike, by the way. I know this channel is called Afterlife Studios, which is my artistic endeavor, my company here that I create art out of existing art. I repurpose paintings like this one behind me, and I turn them into original works. So that's why the channel is called Afterlife Studios. But my name is Mike. So pleasure to meet you. I hope maybe that's the first one you can remember. That would be cool. This is fun. So yeah, going back a little bit back to the songwriting. That one, Freak Out, starts with the chorus, which is unusual, and then slides into the verse, and then back to the chorus, which then kind of solidifies it as the hook. And that's where a lot of the repetition is. One of the things that I love about punk rock that dates me again is they use repetition to strain importance and stuff like that. So in early songwriting, I leaned very heavily into that. I was a part of this one community here on YouTube for a while, and I got flamed like the first time I uploaded some songs for them to review, and it was wild because the host of the show, he's cool. I have a lot of respect for him, but he basically tore me down. He was like, "What's this repetition and this unison that you're using, and these vocal melodies are boring, and blah blah blah." And I was like, I was about to be crushed, but I was reading the chat, and the people in the chat totally got it, like 100%. They're like, "This sounds like Nirvana Bleach, like that sounds like the hook from Love Buzz or whatever." And at that time I was like really falling back into that love of simple, although Nirvana is very complex, but simple chord arrangements and simple riffs, because that's the start of my my musical journey in writing. So let me catch up on what you had to say there. For sure, goal, I feel like it's one of those things where if I don't lean in, lock it in 20 years, and like I had to do is practice. Yeah, I mean, dude, when you're looking back at some of these things and you have a goal and you're like, boy, if I had locked in earlier, I would be so much farther ahead, right? Your old boss is named Mike. Oh man, fuck bosses, dude. I have a pretty cool boss right now. I work at a grocery store like just across the street from my house, and it's like the most simple, brainless job, um, that I've grown to love. But it's one of those things where going from my previous career where I was with the company for 25 years and I was like VP status, getting knocked down to just being an associate at the grocery store was a tough pill to swallow, but I'm proud of it now. It's one of those things. And you definitely remember your boss's names going through life, man, because fuck those motherfuckers. It's the worst. Hopefully one day we all have no bosses, right? Maybe music or YouTube or art works out and I can walk away from that life again. But for now, we suck it up and we deal with it. Oh, you worked at a grocery store with Mike. Oh, fuck me. Pardon my French, but yeah, maybe it's some type of mirror universe. I would be a cool boss, though. I would totally be a cool boss. I think there's a song somewhere in there that says like, "Fuck bosses to hell." I think there's definitely a song in there. I want to share some more. I just never want to once I get in. And thanks for joining in the conversation, because it's really, again, inspired me and encouraged me. Like, I came down here tonight feeling inspired already, and just through the process of interacting with you guys and chatting. Lilac Winks, thanks for making the stream interesting for me. And I'm happy that I actually figured out how to read the chat and stream at the same time, because I'm just kind of doing this on my iPhone right here. So I apologize that if it sounds a little dirty or like crap. It gets better. My setup upstairs is much better, but I have 3 dogs, and sometimes all you hear is they're like ticky-tacky on the tile as they're running around getting excited. We'll figure that one out too, but the presentation's a little bit better up there. So I promise, just like everything else, this one is better than the last, and the next one will be better than this one, and that's what we're all here to do. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this. This is gonna be an instrumental, and yeah, the garage is a vibe, dude. It's such a pile of dirt, but I could show you guys maybe briefly. I'm turning this into a little practice space. So we moved here from a 3-bedroom house, 4-bedroom house, huge house. And now we're in this like tiny 2-bedroom apartment. And like my wife has literally like a triceratops skeleton under here. And I used to be an toy and action figure designer. So of course I have a massive collection of things like comic books and toys and all kinds of oddities and stuff. And I have an old organ that I inherited that's over here in the corner, and all my art supplies are like all around here. So there'll be a little bit more development happening out here. There's definitely no room for a car. But if you guys have seen my car, you know it deserves its own garage. I know, it's wild, right? No, my car almost wouldn't fit in here. I have an old 90s Chevy funeral coach, a hearse, and it's probably too long for this garage in total. All right, so I'm gonna play out. It's like almost 11 o'clock. This is gonna be an instrumental. It's gonna be called Buried at Sea, or it is called Buried at Sea. I don't know. Check this one out. This one's a vibe too. Let me get the metronome for this one too. Can you guys hear the click of the metronome? It's like, it's hypnotic for me. I mean, I love it. A little too quick. So I've set these little like, let me get this hooked up here. Set these little tape markers for some of my tempos. So this one's definitely up here at the top. The higher the weight goes on the slide, the slower it beats. That's good. It's distracting? Oh no. All right. I feel you. Yeah, it's tough. Like that one it's got a lot of swing in the beat, and it falls in time and then kind of out of time with the metronome. And the way I'm sitting right now, I have it placed right there, and I keep getting distracted by it a little bit too. So it's tough, but trust me, trust me, trust me. When you get to a point where you want to be involved in songwriting, if that's something you want to do, it's essential. And it can be adjusted. Like this is a dinosaur in the realm of metronomes. So when you're working in Reaper, you can have certain sections that have its very own specific metronome and tempo, and you can give it a little transition between those two different time signatures too. But yeah, it's tough. It's been really tough for me. The fact that this one is special to me, and that I miss my Aunt Pat very much. So when I bust this out, I feel a little connection to her, and that helps me. Uh, that helps encourage me to actually use it. And it's got this nice little case. Ah, you gotta love that. It's like this antique green, like the old GE like appliances and whatnot. Well, and that is Buried at Sea. So I'm glad that, we covered a lot of ground with the songs in this stream. I feel like that was really productive and stuff. Uh, it's going to continue to grow. I have a lot more songs than this too. Some of them, these all feel a little bit more like a unit because these are the ones that I started during the pandemic. Some of my new stuff is a little bit more progressive and rocky. Like I have this one. It's like but that one, it's essential to have it has a really cool drum part. It's like kind of hi-hatty and stuff. So it's fun. More for another day. Uh, Looks like I'm getting a text from my wife, which is probably like she's going to bed or it's too late and I shouldn't be out here playing music because it's 11 o'clock at night. So I think this was great. We're almost like an hour and 20 minutes, is it? No, an hour and 10 minutes. That's awesome. I'm really proud. Uh, Lilac says, "Oh, I didn't know that about Reaper." Yeah. It's one of those things. It's deep, but it's not too deep. I could show you where it's at, how to set that up. Uh, I think they call it a click in there, so it might be different. Um, and you can do it with the drums as well. So you can use like either the onboard metronome, or we can custom make a metronome for you. It's fun. I mean, I don't know all of the ins and outs of the program. I just learned it from watching like YouTube tutorials and stuff. So some of the things that I do, they're probably a little bit backwards, but it's punk rock for you, You just do what you can with what you got, and heck yeah. Extreme gratitude again for everybody that's joined in. It's super important to me to have a community and to have friends, and I want to encourage everybody to strive against isolation and loneliness. It's really important to feel other people's energy, whether it's through a social media platform or whether it's through getting out there and rubbing elbows with the real folks. Um, if you have anything you want to share, if you have any kind words, or if you have any critique, they're all welcome. You can do it here in the comments on YouTube, or you can hop over to Instagram and find me at Mike DeCamp or at Afterlife Studios. I have 2 accounts over there. And some of the stuff that you see around, some of the eclectic stuff, we actually have a small boutique on Vinted where we search up vintage toys and oddities and stuff like this fez and whatnot. So another layer to get to know each other, and hop on over and give me a shout if you need anything, or if you just need an ear. I'm always around. So I'm here to be a friend. I'm here to be an asset, and I got all the love for you guys. Want to give a shout out to my homies, Tom Cheshire and Dex and Tim, all part of the I Choose Awesome and the GTV crew. If you're on Instagram, you'll get to know them for sure, because we collaborate on almost all of our posts. I would say no man or no woman is an island, so be collaborative, seek out others, and do something creative, you know, and go for a walk too, and do a journal. All right, enough preachy. I'll see you guys soon. I'm gonna end it here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't really care about that stuff. Everybody says it, so it is what it is. But I'm not here to be a success on YouTube. I'm here to share my art and bring everybody into the songwriting process. So thanks for being a part of this. Thanks for being a part of the stream. Thanks for the likes, and thanks for the encouragement. And I'll see you guys over there. All right. Talk to you guys soon.